Hey guys, this is Social Fire and I'm back today with Global's EZA for INT Super Saiyan Future Trunks. So we're going to be taking a look at highlights from my runs through level 1 through 30. So I'm running this with my dual Exploding Rage / Realm of Gods team. As you'll see, it's comprised mostly of physical units, although I do have the Strength Planet Namekoku on there as well. So before we get into the EZA itself, a funny story. I was actually really excited to see this unit get an EZA. Mainly because when I first started playing the game, I'm the type who, when I start an account, I will just summon and go with whatever I pull. I don't do rerolls or anything. And that can be kind of tricky at times because, I don't get super lucky right off the bat. So when I first started, it was really hard running teams. And when I finally pulled in Super Saiyan Future Trunks, he was one of the first several multis I did. That was pretty much how I ran teams to get through stuff starting off, with a +1 key 70% lead for super types. Wasn't that pretty at all. It was a rough ride, but he helped me at least get a start in the game. So obviously I started pulling units like Tech Vegito Blue and was able to run a little more variety, and then slowly built up a much better deck over time. But this guy actually helped me kind of get one of my starts in Dokkan Battle. So he has a soft spot in my heart, and like I said, I was very excited to see him finally get an EZA and to see it drop on Global. So let's take a look at the EZA itself. So again, there are types that have an advantage here. You have physical types and Exploding Rage category units. So they'll do increased damage and receive reduced damage. So 1 through 3 is pretty easy. I mean, there's no additional damage reduction beyond the 35 and 40%. 4 through 7, you'll have additional damage reduction of 50% against tech types. You definitely want to avoid bringing along tech types if at all possible. 8 and 9, you'll have additional damage reduction of 60% against tech and super agility types. 10 through 12, characters that are SSR or lower can only cause less than 2 million damage, and you will pick up at Grand Kai on 10 as well as Awakening Medals. Now, 13 through 19, you'll have additional damage reduction of 70% against tech types, super agility types, and super int types. And then on 15, you'll pick up 2 of the int Grand Kais as well as the Awakening Medals. Now, 20 through pretty much 31 plus, after that, you'll have additional damage reduction of 80% against tech types, strength types, super AGL types, and super int types. So again, I did say I have the strength transforming Planet Namekoku on here, and he still did pretty well. I wasn't able to build like a perfect optimal team. I was kind of just trying to make what I could work, so I did bring him along because he can still do, decent damage through part of it at least, and tank some of the attacks that come at him. He does have the ability to take decently with attacks received. So let's take a look at the team itself. I mean, obviously Beerus has returned for this EZA as well. He's amazing for it. He's the Exploding Rage category lead, as well as Realm of Gods, which is why I did the dual category team here. And he's going to do, great attack, great defense for this. So, like I said, he is one unit that you definitely want to bring along if you have him. I also brought along Physical Broly. This is from the Broly movie units, and I love this guy. I just haven't used him in a while. Amazing unit, though. He's great for this because, again, he's going to fall under Exploding Rage, and he's a physical unit as well. So I brought him. He did a great job here too. Obviously he has great attack and defense for this, and it's not going to be hard at all to get him key. Another unit that I brought along, surprisingly, was Berserker Kale. So she does have an EZA on JP. We don't have it on Global yet. Funny enough, she's another unit that I got very, very early on as well. So this was one unit that I was using along with INT Super Saiyan Future Trunks to get through some of my first events. Like I said, it wasn't pretty, but she definitely helped me out there too. So it was nice bringing her along for this as well. I mean, she's rainbowed on my account too, and even without her EZA, she's going to do a nice attack. She falls under Exploding Rage. She has the type advantage. She has increased attack of 120%, and that additional attack, as you'll see toward the end of the video, really comes in handy as well. That additional attack usually has a great chance to become a super attack, and in my experience, pretty often it is. Aguasu also made a return. He was in the previous EZA as well, so he's back again for this one. Great unit because he's going to give all allies +2 key and defense +70%. That high chance of evading enemies' attacks, including the super attacks, is very, very useful as well. Now, Guas and Zamasu do get Ki +5 and attack +100% when attacking extreme class enemies, which doesn't apply here, but like I said, they're still very useful for this. Let's see. Also, I was saying we have Strength, Planet Goku here as well, so later on in the video, he's not doing much damage because Strength types do get a disadvantage there, but I kind of just had to put a unit in at the end. This is actually one of my favorite units in the game. He is an exploding rage category unit, so I brought him along. His super attack is going to raise allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn, which can be very useful here. I mean, he gets the attack and defense plus 77% and attack and defense plus 15% with each attack received. So he can tank still pretty decently in this, even with his disadvantage. Alright, so another unit that came back, funny enough too, is Transforming Vegeta. I feel like I'm bringing him to all of my EZAs, so I'm very glad I have him because he has just been so useful for the last several that we've had, at least for me. I think I started bringing him around the Super Saiyan 2 EZA, and then he just keeps returning because every team I build, I'm like, yeah, he'll do pretty well here too. So this is another unit that I love and has been very useful for several of these. I mean, he has the type advantage here. He's on Realm of Gods, and he does transform throughout this. You don't really see that too much in the EZAs, but it's another great option if you have him here too. So as you can see, we're getting a super attack here against Berserker Kale, so she took about 43,000 damage. It wasn't too bad. Like I said, overall, this EZA was actually not too difficult. I think the only real difficulty I experienced was on stage or level 30. And even then, I did die once. You know, bad rotations and stuff, kind of wasn't paying attention. But, you know, the second run through wasn't too bad. So overall, a pretty easy EZA. A pretty easy EZA if you at least have somewhat decent units for it. Exploding Rage category itself has, you know, some good units to bring along. If you have Beerus, you can also include Realm of God units, which is what I did and is very helpful as well. I don't have a ton of optimal physical units for this, and Exploding Rage category itself, there's a few. There's not like tons of options. Obviously Beerus, we mentioned Kale. Broly, great one. You have physical final form Frieza you could bring along. There's also the physical Super Saiyan Broly. Physical Super Saiyan Bardock is one that I did contemplate on bringing. I wasn't quite sure how well he'd link up, but that was another one that I did almost bring along. So you could consider him. It's not an insane unit, but he'll give allies +2 Ki as long as HP is 50% or above, which isn't too hard to meet, at least early on, and he does fall under Exploding Rage. Another one that you could bring is actually the physical Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman as well. I mean, he could do pretty well here. I mean, there's a lot of options, especially having a dual category lead to make this work. So like I said, as you can see, Berserker Kill is actually doing pretty well here. Those additional attacks came in so handy. I was very thankful for those. So we're getting decent damage for her, and then she had another one pop in here, so that was very helpful. So like I said, even without her EZA, she still did pretty well here. I'm very much looking forward to getting her EZA in Global though, because again, she was one of my early units as well. Beerus has really been a star in this one and the last EZA though, and I was really happy to pick him up because he has been just so much fun for this. I've really enjoyed running teams with him. Now one issue I did run into with this team that you'll kind of see, I didn't always get like optimal Ki. So like the last EZA or two, I mean, it was super easy to get everyone consistent super attacks. There were a few times here where I had to be careful because like Kale, for instance, doesn't link up with some of the units very well, so I kind of had to, you know, try to keep her connected to Broly or Goku, and, you know, avoid connecting her to with other units if possible. Now we did get a transformation on Planet Goku here, so I did see that a little bit toward the end. And God, I love his transformation and super attack. Like I said, he's one of my favorite units, so it's part of the reason I did include him even with the type disadvantage there. I mean, I started running out of options. Like, I filled out most of the team and had that one slot, and that's kind of been the case with the last few EZAs too. There's like one slot where I need a filler unit or someone to just come along, and usually they have a type disadvantage but are still able to do pretty well there. I think last time it was Kaioken Blue Goku who had a disadvantage but still was able to handle it pretty well. And of course we have transforming Super Saiyan Goku here with his beautiful super attack. So yeah, as you can see, he's not really doing much there, but he is tanking a super attack here for about 68,000, which isn't too bad. We're staying alive at this point, which is what matters. Broly is actually still a pretty solid unit now. I mean, he's been around a while, but is a great unit. He did amazing here too, and like I said, I haven't had a chance to use him much lately, so I enjoyed including him. And this is where I was saying those additional attacks came in handy. My health was starting to get low, but Kale finishes it off right at the end with that additional, which, you know, like I said, I haven't really used her as much. I rainbowed her, and, you know, we don't have the EZA yet, so I haven't really included her too much, but she did surprisingly well. So if you have her and you're still, you know, trying to think of teams, definitely consider including her here because she can handle it. Overall, though, with this EZA, am I going to go past 31? No, probably not. The last EZA prior was so easy, I did go to like 60 or something, and then time got away from me just because I've been very busy with work and such. This one, I'm done. You know, I collected my stones to continue saving up for 5 year, and I'm out. As far as the banner that's currently up for Vegeta and Nappa, I'm skipping that one as well because, you know, 5 year is right around the corner, guys. So saving up for that and very much excited and looking forward to that. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you completed the first 30 stages for this EZA, let me know down in the comments what team you used. It can always help out someone else who might be struggling with this. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.